It's a good game. It's a real good game, Goo. I thought very competitive. You can tell both teams feeling each other out, and it's going to be different styles. And Warriors, they get beat though by the Lakers after a late flurry. They had a crack at it, but I don't think anybody here thinks that the Warriors outplayed the Lakers last night. They would have stolen that game, I think, had they gotten it.
No doubt. And when I left you, Steiny, and got in the caddy, and you were right. You set the tone. It was a great game. It was phenomenal. And I'm going to be real. I'm putting all my cards on the table. I thought, I thought that, it wouldn't get that close. But what's bothering me is when I left you, we talked about stylistically the contrast between these two teams. And that is what it had me nervous. And Steiny, I'm more nervous now. You went to the free throw line, the Golden State Warriors, 6 times. You made 21 threes, and yet you still lost with only 8 turnovers, 5 by your best player. Anthony Davis looked like Wilt Chamberlain yesterday, Steiny. And again, I know they're only down 0-1. I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to try, but I need somebody to walk me through Steve Kerr's postgame presser. This was a filling out. Like, nobody's going to grow from the Warriors. How do we get Kuminga in the game just to see? And before I throw it back to you,
3:30.
Dante DiVincenzo, what's happened? Where has he gone? He was the professor, the swagger. He's not shooting. The Lakers got 6'8" guys everywhere. 23. And let me tell you something else.
Kuminga.
They're resting on defense. AD and LeBron, the two big lineup.
Oh, you finally mentioned an important player.
No, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, I'm listening.
The two big lineup, I saw the Lakers guys resting. Like, oh, that's cute. The Warrior players need to watch film and attack the rack. And if you get blocked, you get blocked. But, Steiny, I'm worried. And this is it. This is for Austin and San Jose. And Evan helped me out. He's been my life coach during these playoffs, Steiny. I did think about James Wiseman last night. His measurables. That's why they drafted him, to have an antidote for guys like Embiid. So all that came to resurface just what he was supposed to be. But Warrior Dub Nation, you need to be panicked.
Oh,
if you don't get tomorrow.
Did you listen to the morning show? They seem pretty calm.
Those are my guys. I run hot, Steiny. I didn't like what I saw.
Fair enough. I need to say something somewhat personal.
Oh,
and just make sure everybody knows where I'm coming from today. I'm in an absolutely phenomenal mood. And it's not because the Warriors lost. I know that's going to be the big joke, but ask me where I watch the game.
I already think I know courtside. Where'd you watch the game, Steiny?
I watched the game at home with my daughter.
No, I feel better.
With my daughter.
So she texts back?
She never did text back, but at 7 o'clock, I go to the game. I go, start putting the game on, and she comes down. She goes, what time's it start? So it's a little late because of the first game, but maybe about 7:05, 7:10.
What feeling would you use to describe what you felt when you were right there watching?
It was nice. Yeah, it was really nice.
That's awesome.
It's really nice.
I was thinking about you. That's dope.
So anyway, that's
family, FOE.
Because her mom's away, so it was just the two of us.
Family over everything.
Yeah. So anyway, that was a nice.
So was I off the mark?
And we wanted the Warriors to win last night.
And you almost got that.
Because I asked her who she wanted the Warriors to win, so that I was kind of saying, because I want her to be happy, of course.
You going to take your other victory lap?
For what?
You said DAngelo Russell concerned you, and I thought he might shoot him out the game. He was stellar. And can I make an argument on the Warrior flagship station, 95-7 the game, Steiny, this Schroeder and D'Lo outplayed Curry and Clay. I'm just keeping it real for one game.
They were far more efficient. Oh, there's no doubt about that. I think it's
talk to me.
It's size and size versus shooting, pretty much.
52,
to me in this game.
53 3-point attempted by the Warriors.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Warriors have an issue with again with Looney and Draymond.
This is wow.
See, I do think forget who I guess Bonte and Slater and Shasky were talking about. I don't think Looney's a great matchup with Anthony Davis.
But what can you do to offset that?
Well, you can
this
put
is
Draymond
who you
on.
are.
You can put Draymond on.
Who was kind of effective late, but AD played the whole second half.
But that's kind of what I'm worried about. I mean, you can't put Draymond on Davis all game. I think the strategy would be, though, to put Draymond on Anthony Davis late when Davis has gotten 30 minutes under his belt. That to me seems like a fair strategy if you're the Warriors. If you don't think Draymond can guard Davis, 35, 40 minutes, then you got to try to guard him with Draymond during the most important times. But the Warriors are going to have to figure that out because Looney's giving him other stuff too, obviously rebounding.
Another 23 rebound night. But why did it feel like it was only 13? It didn't feel impactful like Sacramento. You know what I mean? He was busting his ass. Looney, I love it, but Steiny, they when they go to the rack, Anthony Davis is waiting. And now I feel like that's on their mind, and it should be. But how do you combat that in 24 hours?
I think you got to pull up. I think Steph's got to take more mid-range shots. Mm-hmm. I think they all got to take more mid-range shots. Although you could say, I'm looking at their shooting percentages. Essentially, they shot 40% from threes.
40!
And 40% from twos. So now that tells me the twos they're getting aren't good enough. That would just be like what I would read into the box score, that the twos they got weren't good enough. Well, first of all, 10 of the twos were blocked. All right, so that's going to be 10 misses right off the bat.
That's a lot of blocks.
So I just think you got to, Steph Curry's one of the greatest mid-range shooters of all time. So I think he's maybe got to start to get into that in-between area and maybe do some work from there. A couple other things. I'm going to just throw a bunch of stuff out, that and then we can get into detail on all of them. To me, the glaring number in the second half, I'm looking at the second half box score, and everybody's okay except one guy, and that's Klay Thompson. He was 2 for 11 in the second half. So that hurts. That hurts. Russell and Schroeder, they were terrific. They were terrific. They really were. And I'm convinced Russell's got something personal against the Warriors.
I mean, how can
because
you not?
Of the trade.
Yeah, no doubt.
And Schroeder, he's competitive. Schroeder's very competitive.
He is.
Russell hit the biggest shot of the night. After Steph Curry's 3 to tie it with a minute and a half.
Little pivot off the glass.
Little crafty right by Wiggins. And then...
You got a problem with Poole's shot at the end? I don't, Steiny. I thought
it's too far.
And he was on a heater.
It's too far. Well, he wasn't on a heater. I'd forgotten. I went back and looked at the last minute.
Oh, yeah, the lab work.
He missed a really iffy drive with 40 seconds to go where he drove into Davis. He had to put it up left-handed, and he ended up missing.
Yeah.
But
so he was part of the comeback is what I'm saying.
Sure he was.
He hadn't been Sacramento.
I didn't like the shot. It's too far of a shot.
Can I put a...
I mean, not that he can't make it. But I don't think you can watch that game and say, man, he steps in there, he gets a much better look.
I'm going to put it right on the table early. Sponsored, Steiny, by Atco Pest Control. Go to AtcoPestControl.com for all your pest control needs. They trapped Curry. Curry was gassed too, Steiny, just after putting up a 50-burger, but he didn't go try to get the ball. So Poole was kind of in no man's land. Yeah, and I know a lot of people said he could have got closer, but I'm just not mad at that shot. I'm not mad at Poole for taking that shot.
The other thing is, and I know it sounds crazy now, but he took that shot with 9. There was no shot clock issue. The shot clock was turned off.
Yeah.
He took that shot with 9 seconds. I mean, what about driving in for a layup and getting it by 6?
You saying Kerrs should have called the timeout?
No, I'm saying 9 seconds is not too late to look for a very quick 2.
Okay,
I don't think.
Totally agree.
And especially with this team. And I'm talking about the Lakers.
Yeah.
And then you foul LeBron.
No, you
try to foul LeBron. You try to induce them to get the ball to LeBron James.
Out there. He was effective, Snotty, but you could just tell Father Time's catching up with Bron. But they got the win. But again, so I'm not second guessing Kerr, but I thought, okay, if I want my best shooter to have the ball, what enables me to do that is call a timeout. and then we can run something to counteract whatever they're trying to, the trap that got the ball out of Curry's hand. So I wonder if Kerr had it to do over again, would he do that?
I mean, to me,
I know Monday morning quarterback.
No, it's. I'm not saying it's unfair. I'm saying it's something that you always ask. Not you. I mean, it's a fair question. Timeout or not? And coaches have their different philosophies. A lot of coaches say under 5 seconds we got to call timeout. More than 5 seconds, go take a crack at it with their defense not set. The minute you don't see something called time, it's. So, there's a lot going on there. But, a couple other things. I remember when we found out Wiggins was coming back. And I remember,
it was humongous.
I remember tweeting out, I'm not that concerned with Wiggins and how he's going to get back. I'm more concerned with the guys whose minutes he's going to take. And who are those guys? Peyton II, DiVincenzo, and Kuminga. All three of those guys are kind of struggling right now.
Oh, boy.
And maybe that's my answer to where's Dante being.
I guarantee you, if you look at DiVincenzo's minutes before Wiggins came back and after, they're probably significantly down. So DiVincenzo's got to figure out how to do more with less, I would think.
Wow.
I think the Warriors got to somehow get LeBron James and Anthony Davis out of center field. They're just playing center field. And no balls are coming to them.
Yeah, are we going to go Sacramento, the Warriors?
What do you mean?
Because this is kind of scaring me. The one big lineup, and like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're doing that this early in the series, then you're conceding something. And maybe you're conceding, hey, we know we're small, so we're going to try to win it with our offense and put a gun. Steiny, they need some offense. JaMychal Green, I text JD, he had 2 good threes, but JD, I'm not speaking for him, was kind of like, he didn't do much else. But I'm like, that's better than Looney or Dre not doing anything.
I think it's unfair to say Looney's not doing it. I mean, Looney had 10. Are you talking scoring?
Offensively, yeah.
I mean, he's double.
He had 10 points. Dre had 6.
But I hear you. I mean, Looney's not going to spread the floor with a 3-point shot.
I'm going to give you these numbers, and I want you to, on air, tell me if there's anything here, or is it too recency bias, Steiny, because Steph Curry's 48 hours removed, almost a little more than that, from dropping 50 and shooting 38 shots. But this is from last night. Steph the Chef Curry, when guarded by Vanderbilt, 2 of 10 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, 2 turnovers, 92% contested shots. When I give those numbers to the great Matt Steinmetz, do you say, "Goo, that's just one game, slow down"?
Of course.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Because I was scared of his length coming in. And again, you can't stop the Chef. You just hope to contain him. 27 last night. A lot of those came as that late 14-0 run. But Steiny, that's what I'm talking about, that size. They got size everywhere.
888-957-9570 is the number if you want to jump into the conversation. There's a lot of aspects to this game. And I didn't know I was going to get, Guru's a little worried. So if you're still feeling good about the Warriors, you can offer to calm him down and give him some good juju, as they say.
Or what would you do if you're Kerr? That's what's scaring me. You can't grow overnight.
There's plenty they can do.
All right.
Plenty they can do. They can all play. Here's the other thing that got dispelled. What happens?
40% from 3, man.
What happened to this? Yeah, role players don't play well on the road. Really? Austin Reeves was solid.
Those were big.
Schroeder was really good. Vanderbilt was solid.
D-Lo starts.
Even Hachimura came in and gave him a little something.
It's a must-win tomorrow, buddy. I'll tell you that. I'll tell Dub Nation that.